Well, shit, it seems like every time Comic Con comes around, we get dumped with all these amazing geek-tastic trailers. Just recently, we had some looks at Star Wars, we had looks at Ash versus the Evil Dead, uh, Walking Dead kind of stuff. Now we have kind of the big kahuna, the big comic booky, uh, hugely anticipated Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, the first full trailer that we got for this movie. We had a teaser a little bit previously, showed a little bit basically saying, hey, it's going to be Batman and Superman battling off against each other in case, you couldn't figure that out. But we have a first full trailer, and the first thing it shows is the one thing everyone wanted to see, and that's Holly Hunter, what she's doing in the movie. Well, no, I mean, but I was kind of curious, like Holly Hunter in this movie? What the fuck? It looks like she's playing some kind of a senator, like maybe like a corrupt senator who has an in with Lex Luthor of some kind, because we see them together. So maybe there's some CD dealing going on there. And what's kind of cool about this trailer is that it does show a climate taking place after Man of Steel, of course, where it does very much look like there are severe consequences to the Zod versus not Batman, Superman battle at the end of Man of Steel. Of course, there are a lot of controversial kind of elements to that. Like people are saying, "Oh, look at all the destruction they're causing," shit like that. Well, the world within this universe is reacting the same way, it would seem. And what's also really cool is it looks like Bruce Wayne was involved in that in some way. So it looks like someone involved with the Wayne Foundation, Wayne family even, was injured or killed in those attacks. So that's definitely some motivation for Bruce Wayne to be pretty angry about things, obviously. So they kind of backtrack a little bit, unless it's a completely different event. But it does kind of show just where Batman and Superman are in this point of time, and how they're both controversial figures in different ways, and they're both kind of in their kind of personalities, their secret identities as Bruce Wayne, as Clark Kent. They're also against these figures when they don't really know who they are and things like that. So it seems kind of cool in that way. Like Clark Kent is kind of doing, I guess, this expose, this attack on the Batman, and Perry White's like, "Oh, you can't go against the Batman. What the hell?" Things like that. So it's kind of cool how they're showing them both as controversial figures, and both eventually having to battle it out, which obviously is what this movie is about. And I think that's pretty cool. We get more glimpses of the introductory characters who haven't made appearances previously. Alfred, Jeremy Irons, of course. He looks like a different type of Alfred, not like the hugely judgmental Cockney Michael Caine type of Alfred. This one looks kind of supportive, which is cool. It's like, you gotta do this, That doesn't sound like Jeremy Irons, but whatever. Wonder Woman, we see a little bit of her too, like how she's going to get involved in this. It's not quite 100% just yet. And Lex Luthor, of course, Jesse Eisenberg. I'm still not 100% sold on him, but he has an interesting kind of look to him. He looks like, I would say, more in tune possibly to the Gene Hackman type, where he seems like a little bit full of himself and snarky and sarcastic. He has probably the most notable kind of section of the trailer where he's like, black versus blue, night versus day, man versus God, things like that. So I think that could be interesting, but I'm still not 100% sold. I'm not like, nothing about this has me like, fuck yeah, Jesse Eisenberg. Not quite. But there does look to be some cool stuff in here, and showing these two kind of controversial figures battling it out, basically. So we know the concept, but now we're kind of getting a sense of what the plot revolving around this battle is going to be, and that's pretty cool. There's obviously little Easter eggs and little hints of things to come. Like we see a suit, I guess a Batman suit with Joker writing on it, like "the joke's on you" or something like that. That looks kind of cool. And one really interesting thing, we see Zod being like zipped up in a body bag. It's like, have we really seen the last from Zod, even though his neck was broken and his spinal cord severed? I don't know. I really don't know. What can I tell you? But that's interesting, I think. And it even shows, it looks like they're going to be showing a flashback to Bruce Wayne's parents' murders. So we see a little bit of a flash of that as well. So they're going to be showing a little bit more of his origin, a little bit, just to keep people up to speed in case they don't know the Batman story. But who couldn't at this point? Kind of just all these things in play. It's looking like it's going to be this hugely fucking epic movie. So we do have returning characters in Perry White and And Diane Lane playing Ma Kent, she's back again, giving her boy some pep talks and things like that that we usually expect from Ma Kent, which is nice. Amy Adams playing Lois Lane, of course. So we have all the returning characters, and we have just kind of all these action scenes. Like Superman saves this shuttle from exploding. We see it looks like a flood or something, and people on top of a barn or a house with the S, the Hope emblem, which is kind of like creepy, like a Katrina type of allegory there, which is a little unnerving. Like even like with like the destruction of the buildings, even like senses back to like 9/11 kind of stuff. So it looks like it could be a pretty intense movie, showing that in a big blockbuster like this, there are kind of real world consequences, real people in real danger. Which again, there were criticisms in Man of Steel about not showing those consequences. Here, I think this movie is aiming very directly to addressing those. So I think that could be interesting. Um, so I don't know. It's something that could be a special movie. I think, but there's just so much going on. It's hard to say if this is going to be like a complete mess and nothing's going to make sense because like these movies are designed to make trailers, obviously. But if it all connects, that's another story. But I have faith in this. I think this is going to be a huge event. Definitely, the trailers so far have sold me, and the little more glimpses that we got here. I say I'm still intrigued. So still looking forward to this movie. Obviously, it's Batman, it's Superman. How the fuck can you go wrong, really? Let's hope Zack Snyder does not go wrong. Those are my thoughts. Have you seen the trailer? Let me know what you think. Are you excited for it, or are you kind of like a little, I don't know? I'll put a link for the trailer below just in case you haven't seen it. But be sure to comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. Visit Derek237.com for more. And until next time, I'll see you later.